Live from the lounge of the Arcade Comedy Theater, located in beautiful downtown Pittsburgh, it's the Quarantine Quiz Show, featuring Liz Labacz, Matty Frances, Suzanne Lawrence, and your host for this evening, Jason Clark. Good evening, everybody, and welcome to Live from the Lounge, a Quarantine Quiz Show. It is on tonight. I'm so excited to be coming to you live from the theater. I've got three amazing contestants for our inaugural episode: Matty Frances, Suzanne Lawrence, Liz Labacz. We'll be hearing more from them here in just a second. I wanted to get into sort of what the show is about. If you're a hardcore quiz nerd, if you're somebody that's every week getting into these chats and these Zoom calls where everyone has their specialty and they're coming in and they're killing it because they know so much about Harry Potter, this is not that type of show. That's not what we're doing here. It is going to be fun. It's going to be loose. Yeah, our contestants have no clue, correct? No clue of what the questions that they're about to be asked. They don't have any idea of what we're doing here other than the basic outline. I'm excited to be here with you. I'm glad that you've taken tonight to join us here live from the lounge. One of the things that we're doing as part of this show as well is that there is a fundraiser aspect to it. It is a free show, but we are in support of, obviously, the Arcade Comedy Theater. There is a link that you'll see that our amazing development director, Beck will be putting in the comment section for you to go ahead and donate some money to help us, through this difficult time and just sort of set forward what we need to do. We've got 9 bathrooms in this place. That's 18 rolls of toilet paper at any given time. We've got to pay them bills. The bills don't stop. So we're excited to be here tonight. The way the show's going to start is going to go, there's 3 rounds. There's 3 questions per round. And each one of my contestants will have a chance to go ahead and answer their question. And then I will give them points. At the end of it, we'll shoot them off to our home office in Walla Walla, Washington, where our home office peeps will calculate and who will be the winner for this week's Quarantine Quiz Show. So hopefully that's clear. Just play along, sit back, relax, have yourself a little drink. I'm going vodka tonight, vodka and soda water. Have what you have. We got some White Claws.
Jason, can you cheers me?
I will cheers you. Absolutely, my friend. One for you. Liz, I'm going to come down on an angle here for you. And Maddie, staying hydrated. I love it, brother. You're an athlete.
The key.
Prime playing shape you are. Amazing. Headband is beautiful. He's been watching a lot of The Last Dance. He's going to drop a 3 at some point. It's going to be beautiful. So I'm excited to be here. My contestants are ready to go. I say let's get this thing started right now. Round one. Round one is sponsored by Knights of the Arcade Online Adventures. This Saturday evening, live on Twitch at 9 o'clock, our Knights of the Arcade will go on yet another quest. This, I believe, will be their 4th quest or 5th. But either way, it's been a few. We're excited to have them do what they do for us. It's been very successful. You can go and find all of our live programming at arcadecomedytheater.com. You will see where it'll have a link for you to go ahead in and go to wherever the show's being broadcast. That particular show is going to be broadcast via Twitch. So Knights of the Arcade this Saturday night, 9 p.m. So let's get things started here, everybody. Question number 1, the category is dropping bombs. Dropping bombs. As performers of the stage, you know that there's no better feeling. It's uncomparable that when you come off after an amazing show, an amazing set, the level that you are at and the excitement level you have is unparalleled to anything. But tonight I want to talk about your worst stage experience. Talk to me about that bomb. Let's start it off with Liz Labacz.
Oh, thanks, Jason. Wow, there have been so many. How can I choose? But one of my favorite might be, we were doing a fundraiser at one of the local arts organizations, and it was with a bunch of very fancy people. They looked beautiful. We're all dressed up. We got dressed up, and we went and did a show during dinner, and they could not have wanted to hear us do improv less. Dinner was going on in full force. I think if they had Rotten Tomatoes, they would have thrown it at us. But we charged ahead, you know, and we did our full show, and then we hit up their open bar. So
Oh, open bar, ending with the open bar. Nothing better than comedy for people that don't plan on seeing comedy. Good deal. You got the paycheck and you got out. Good deal. Moving on to the next bomb. I'm looking at you, Maddie. Talk to me about that time when you just came off stage and was like, I don't want to do this shit no more.
Perfect. So, it was probably my first year into improv and performing. I was rolling around with my local indie troupe Snacks, for those of you that remember. If not, RIP. And we were performing at a local black box theater. And it was it was like our big like prime time set. We felt good about it. It was like our first time like really going after we had a great week of practice. The show comes and we start off with our intros and our opening, and I talk about how I've been growing hydroponic tomatoes for a good 5 minutes of our opening set. And then when we went to run a scene, one of the scenes I did, I played a bank robber as the most straight man possible, robbing a McDonald's, where I went in, guns hot, improv guns ready to go, killed my scene partner immediately.
Game over. Scene over. That's it.
Scene over, show over, call it a day.
That's it. That's it. You went from growing hydroponic tomatoes to just ending the scene with a murder. I kind of like that style. I like the way that you do improv. 2 improvisers and 1 stand-up. Suzanne Lawrence, let's talk about that stand-up bomb.
All right, so this was a few years ago, and I had no business doing the show. I was at a casino in Maryland. It was like the first time I ever got like a hotel room and food and stuff. And so it was this room full of people I was featuring. So I was supposed to do, 25 minutes. And I'm like visibly shaking. So I get up there, these people already hate me. They already like if you go far enough out of a city, like they just like, they see a woman like talking into a microphone and they're like, I don't know, this is weird. I don't like this. And so I forgot completely, not only what joke came next, I had never written a joke. Like, I was like, what am I doing up here? Am I doing comedy? That's weird. So I didn't even play it off. I was just like, oh, hold on a minute. And I pulled my set list out of my back pocket and just stood there silently looking at it for a second. Didn't even like make a joke about it, make a bit about it, just put it back and was like, so anyway, and like I bombed so hard for 20 more minutes. Like I wanted to die.
How many people in that audience?
At least like 200.
Oh.
No, here, that's not the worst part. This little old lady up front, she goes, it's okay, honey.
Hey, that's it. That's it. You got a fan for life.
I quit comedy that night. I was like, that's it.
Yeah, that's it. How long did it take you to jump back up?
Well, I was booked for a show the next week. So
there it is. She quit and got back the next night. Very good. So we got Maddie killing improvisers after growing some tomatoes. I don't know where that scene was going. RIP to your independent group. That's amazing. Liz, I know how many bombs. Come on. You're like, there's so many. Not Liz, but that's an amazing. A lot. There's been a lot, absolutely. And then bombing in front of a casino crowd somewhere, probably in Maryland. You had to drive home for 2.5 hours and wallow in your filth. I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to give 400 points for the guy that killed all of his teammates right out of the gate. That's 400 for Matty Frances. I'm going ahead. I'm giving a cool 1,000 to Liz. Liz, I'm going 1,000 points to get you started. And you know what, Suzanne? I feel you. I know what you're talking about. I'm giving you 1,001 points for that question. 1,001 points. That is an amazing. I was just thinking of sheer volume of how many people you had in the room. My goodness, that's amazing. I'm going to tell you. Way to get it started. That's what I'm talking about. Nice, get the juices flowing, got your brains going, the synapses are firing. We're going to move on to our next question. Question number 2 comes from the category Seaback is our homeboy. Rick Seebeck is our homeboy. Everybody knows I got a good relationship with my good friend Rick. And Rick, we got you on the line. Let's bring Rick in. Rick, ask our contestants our next question, my good friend.
I wanted to start with a moment of something you don't know about me. And that is when I was in the 6th grade, riding my bicycle on our little street in Bethel Park, I fell and I fractured my skull pretty severely on the left side. But I went to Kennywood about a week later, nonetheless. And there used to be a ride there called the Bouncer that was like those almost Disney-esque teacup kind of things on a platform, and they spun around and you bounced. And I remember I thought my head was going to fall off and roll down the midway there at Kennywood. It was just the worst. And I remember I just had to find a place to sit for an hour or two after that, hoping that this throbbing in my head would stop. So my question to you tonight, to all 3 contestants, is what was your worst amusement park memory? What have you got where you went to an amusement park and had a terrible time? So good luck.
Thank you, Mr. Seebeck. All right, worst amusement park experience. I'm going to Maddie on this one. Matty Frances, get us started. What's your worst amusement park experience?
First off, thanks you to Rick. That's a wonderful experience, my man. Worst amusement park experience by far. When we were children, me and my brother and my mother and some of our family friends, we would go up into the Mall of America in Minneapolis, St. Paul, Minnesota. When we go there, they had a roller coaster that you could ride, and they've got tons of they've got a theme park built into the mall around all the shopping. And this particular time we were there, we went and they had just installed one of those new like ghost blaster rides, you know, where like some things pop out at you, you shoot them with a laser beam, they have a target, get the most points, you win. I was deathly afraid of anything dark or related to a horror movie in any kind of way. Said everybody, like my best friend who was with us, my older brother who I wanted to like look cool in front of for, they're like, we want to go on this new ride, like let's check it out. I said, no, never, not in a million years, no thank you, won't do it. And like we kept walking towards it, like they're like, you'll be fine, you'll get over it. We kept doing it. I ended up peeing my pants head to like just straight, not even close. Clearly this kid peed his pants. I was easily 9 years old, going on 10, trying to look cool in front of, you know, my best friend, my older brother. Wasn't having it, peed my pants, had to stay in the mall still for like another like 3 hours that day. It was very early. You know, wasn't my favorite memory, but yeah, probably my worst memory.
But might have scored you a lot of points tonight, you son of a bitch. That's a good story. That is a good story. Liz, talk to me. What do you got going on at the amusement park?
So in 8th grade, our school trip was to Hershey Park for graduation. I'm from the eastern side of the state. And I, you know, it was like our, you know, Kennywood outfits, right? People wore their special, you know, we're 13 years old dressing up. We usually wear uniforms, outfits for the first time. And so I decided to wear jellies. I don't know if you remember the shoes jellies. They are clear and plastic, and they make your feet sweat horribly. They're also not great when you're walking several miles around an amusement park. So by the time we got back on the bus at the end of the day, it was, you know, late at night, my clear plastic jellies were full of blood. Like the stepsister in Cinderella getting her foot cut up. It was really gross, and my attempt to look cool backfired very badly.
we so far we've got two different bodily fluids happening here. And I'm a little afraid to go on to Suzanne if the trend continues, but we've got jelly shoes, the height of fashion, the height of fashion, and that is the true definition of pain for fashion, because not comfortable at all at Hershey Park. Suzanne, please tell me this has nothing to do with another bodily fluid.
Jason, you know me. You know it's going to be bodily fluid. Okay, so I was like 8th or 9th grade too, and you know those. This was like a rickety carnival, so it wasn't really like an amusement park, but it was one of those ones that like sets up in the mall parking lot, and there's a ride that's just a circle, right? It's just like a fucking circle, like, and there's like a little series of cars that goes around the circle and around the circle, and sometimes it goes like this around the circle. So I get to the first time it goes to the top, and I immediately throw up. But the fun part about this ride is that that same car comes right down to the bottom again real fast. So guess what? It came back to me and everyone else. And that I threw up every time I went to the top. And so it was like a water ride for all of us as we like went right back down to the bottom. The friends I went with never spoke to me again. Like it was,
my improv friends, that is heightening. We started with Maddie, he's pissing his pants, and then you got Liz that she doesn't have a baby toe on her left foot anymore because of that trip to Hershey Park, and Suzanne's like, you know what? I threw up over everybody. Oh my gosh, what a question.
Technically, when I threw up, there was no one there. Technically,
that's it. No,
but then
technically, that's it.
Then we were.
So we've got Matty Frances. If he's cool, he's Miles Davis. He's pissing his pants. That's amazing. We got Liz Hershey Park. She lost her baby toe, and then Suzanne, gravity's a bitch. I've got to give 2,000 points to gravity's a bitch. If you throw up over yourself and everybody else on a ride, you deserve the points. That's 2,000 points for Suzanne. We're going 1,500 for Liz, and for Maddie, you went number one. You get 1 point. 1 point for Maddie for pissing his pants. I hope you got through that. Oh, and you know what? I might even deduct that 1 point because, sir, you got no goddamn shoes and socks on, and that disturbs me. All right, good
Also,
stuff.
I would like to see Rick do his sequel to Kennywood Memories using these stories.
Oh my goodness, right? Yes.
But with the same calm, gentle.
Oh, he's back, Rick. Oh, Rick's back.
I just want to say how gratifying that was. I thought they were all extremely wonderful stories, far better than I ever could have imagined. And, go bodily fluids.
That's it. Thank you, Rick Seaback. Amazing.
Thanks, Rick.
All right. So now we're on to the third question. This comes from the category, things that make Jason say, Things that make Jason say, Motorcycle police. Motorcycle police serve an important role patrolling our city streets. They can get to places that a squad car can't. What's the deal with the sidecar? What's happening in the sidecar? There's never anyone in the sidecar. What's the sidecar for? Suzanne Lawrence, what do you think? What the hell's with the sidecar?
It's to humiliate other cops who tell on someone for being racist.
Oh, okay. Short and sweet. Got to the point. That's a good one. Embarrassment. Liz, what do you think's going on in that sidecar?
It's for when they run into Sean Connery and have to defeat the Nazis.
There you go. She's pulling some movie knowledge out. Movie knowledge. Nice. Liz, Sean Connery down for the points. I like it. Maddie, you've seen him around town. What the hell's going on with the damn sidecar and that?
Let me tell you about what they do with the sidecar. All right. First things first. What they keep in there is at least 6 to 8 IC light pounders. Now, they don't drink them. They're just for looking. They're just looky-loos. All right. It keeps them honest. It lets them know that whether they're good or a bad cop, because once you pull one of those pounders, the sidecar releases, right? Yeah, I'm telling you, it's a wild thing. It goes nuts. It makes a great distraction for whenever that cop, who obviously has made a mistake, is now drinking a beer, driving, really just, it's out. It's, it's a self-check for the police. That's what that sidecar's for.
And the sidecar's launched. It's launched. I think you see
It's
that happened in Market Square 5 years ago at the St. Patty's Day Parade. I think you might be onto something.
That's what I'm saying.
I love it. I love it. That's good stuff. Suzanne, yeah, I get it. A little bit of embarrassment. That's what they just plop them in there and just drive them around town. I don't know if they're putting a sign on them or what. You went a little bit risque with that answer, but I trust in your vision. I'm giving you 911 points. 911 points for calling 911. That's what I'm talking about there. Liz, Sean Connery, it's a movie reference. Not a lot of people got it, but you know what? I got it. I'm giving you 350 points. It was a good short answer. I liked it, but Maddie, I seen it. I know you're telling the truth. You've seen it. It was on the news. I think Marty Griffith, that son of a bitch, he talked about it.
Always Marty.
Always Marty. Lucy Beers, detach it into the crowd, creates a diversion. You, sir, you are getting 1,002. I'm going to keep it right there above the 1,000 mark. That was a good round. That was good. So that's the end of round one, everybody. That's how this is going to go. That quick and simple.
All right.
We've had so much happen in the first 20 minutes. Rick Seebeck stopped by. That's amazing. You never know who's going to come by to support the Arcade Comedy Theater. And I'm going to tell you about supporting the Arcade Comedy Theater, folks. Go to the comments section. Go ahead, click on it. Give a little bit of something. If you go to the page for the show, for the fundraiser, you will find out some nice little fun facts about the arcade, like how many microphones we actually have in the building. How many steps does it take to get from the basement to the upstairs theater? And also another fun little trivia thing on there as well. What is the maximum amount of people we've had in a show? What is the largest sellout that we've had? You'll find that on the donation page. Go on there, look around, throw us a shekel or two. We'll greatly appreciate it, and we love you for it. So let's get to know each other a little bit better. Let's get to know about our contestants a little bit better as well. Let's start off with Liz. Liz, welcome to the show. I appreciate you doing this tonight. It's a good night for this, a good night to be in the house doing some quizzing. Talk about yourself. What do you have going on? What's new with you? What's the haps?
Well, I'm working from home like a lot of our friends. Experiencing the joys of figuring out lap desks and remote keyboards and all that nonsense.
Yeah.
I taught a sketch class for Arcade Online. That was really exciting. And I'm trying to assemble a new bicycle, and it's not going that great.
Oh, okay. Come with an Allen wrench. Do you need tools? Do you need me to come and drop some tools off? Are you good?
I will let you know. I might be phoning a friend.
Yeah, call me in. I'll do it. I'll build that bicycle. I don't give a shit. Let's do it. That's amazing. You, Liz, Nights of the Arcade this Saturday night. You are the glue that holds that band of idiots together. You are what makes it happen. Bless you for that. I look forward to seeing you Saturday night. It's going to be a good time.
Excited to see you too.
Yes, Maddie. Good thing. Look at you, you athlete with the headband, and you showing chest hair with no socks and shoes. What's happening with you, pal?
As you can see, I'm keeping it together well. Things are fine. Working, which is from home, which is neat. But a lot of my time, free time, is spent planning, the online penny arcade shows.
Nice.
That I'm a part of. So working with that amazing group of people to, give some laugh to the kiddos and the adults around town while we're all stuck here.
I had a talk with Rick earlier today, and I was talking to him about the Penny Arcade show. And I'm going to tell you what, folks, you got to go and see what the Penny Arcade players have put together. It's an amazing show. Really figuring out all the technology. They do it a cooking segment and a craft segment. They have pre-recorded videos also in with the improv games with the kids. And I told Rick, I'm like, this reminded me of back in the day watching QED, watching kids shows. And it's an amazing thing. So go to our website, arcadecomedytheater.com, or you can go to 321 letsplay.com. Am I right on that one, Maddie?
Absolutely. 321letsplay.com.
That's it. And you'll be able to see their live streaming show this Saturday at 1 p.m., the 16th of May, as part of the EQT Children's Online Festival. Suzanne, my good friend, what's happening with you?
I'm just a kid trying to save her dad from Captain Hook.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm drinking White Claw, and I bought a spin bike, and I've started doing watercolor. So I'm basically the whitest mom that ever white mommed at the moment. It's pretty fun. I'm not gonna lie. Like it's like I get why people do it,
Yeah.
Yeah, that's my life right now. I'm still like working. I'm very lucky, I know, to be able to work from home. But I also have a 5-year-old who is at home.
If I had $1 for every time I turned to my wife and said, "Thank God our kids are grown," blessings to all you people trying to teach and raise and keep them sane. You guys are amazing. Again, thank you all for joining me here in the lounge. We're gonna keep this train moving, and we're gonna get into the second round. The second round, very special. Yes, Suzanne.
Can I pee?
Absolutely. Well, don't follow Maddie's lead, but you go do what you have to do.
Okay, I'm gonna go do it in the.
Yeah, you notice Maddie didn't ask permission. He just did it. Anyways, getting into round number 2. Round number 2 is sponsored by our good friends at Ink Division Print Screening. Ink Division in Braddock, Pennsylvania. They've been doing our merch printing for since we've existed for the last 7 years. They're an amazing local company. I wanted to spotlight them tonight. And a special announcement for everybody in the arcade community and beyond. This Friday, we will be launching an online store through Ink Division, and you will be able to purchase the original charcoal gray with gold logo throwback OG arcade shirt for a limited time. It's going to run for 2 weeks. Also on our online web store through Ink Division, you will also go in, be able to purchase the coveted arcade hoodie, the zip hoodie that took the fashion world by storm in Pittsburgh this past year. It's going to be live for you. If we were saving your money to go on and buy one when you got to the theater, and then we closed the son of a bitch on March 13th, you now can go online and buy it. That'll be this Friday. Keep your eyes peeled to all of our social media accounts. We will be getting that out to everybody. And you're 2 birds with 1 stone. You are supporting 2 amazing local businesses, the Arcade Comedy Theater and Ink Division out of Braddock, Pennsylvania. When you can, please support local. Very good. Here we are. Round 2. Question number 1. It's going to Suzanne. Get ready, Suzanne. This category is serial killers. Serial killers. What is, Suzanne, in your opinion, the greatest cereal ever made?
Oh, Cinnamon Toast Crunch.
Boom. Cinnamon Toast Crunch.
Yeah, sorry.
Yeah, what is it? What is that?
Like 2 foods in one.
Two foods. What's the toast?
Like you could literally eat Cinnamon Toast Crunch and Cinnamon Toast at the same time and probably create a hole in the space-time continuum. And that's your power to have.
Oh my
You
God.
just do that.
You just dropped space-time continuum. That's an amazing quote. Beautiful, beautiful, beautiful. Cinnamon Toast Crunch. I just recently tried some of that. The milk at the end, a little too sugary for me. I get it. But if I'm ready to, if I need that energy and I need to go in line, straight into the veins, Cinnamon Toast Crunch.
Yep.
Great stuff. Liz, what's that killer cereal?
I have a lot of respect for my colleague and her opinion about Cinnamon Toast Crunch, but I've got to say, I think Cookie Crisp takes everything that you're saying and raises it up a level, right? It's 2 foods, it's cookies for breakfast. Also, like, you can set it out for Santa at Christmas. And you know what? 2 birds with 1 stone.
Holy shit. I'm going to tell you what, Liz, you know how I like to enjoy the Cookie Crisp? Put it into a cup.
Ooh.
Glass of milk, little cookie, Little milk, right? Like that. Why not? Judge me.
You're an innovator, Jason.
Then you
An
have to hold
innovator.
it in your mouth, right? And let it soften up for like a second or two.
Yeah, chew it up, get it going a little bit. Yeah, yeah. Because I don't like the soggy nature. There is a moment. That's the one thing we'll talk about Cookie Crisp. If you take a moment and you're going too slow, that mush isn't that good.
Who is going that slow eating Cookie Crisp? What's happening?
Well, there could be an argument that if you go too fast, you cut the top of the roof of your mouth like Captain Crunch. Maddie, what do you got? Serial killer cereal.
Again, but respect, both all great answers, but there is truly one ultimate cereal, and I will tell you what it is. It is Lucky Charms, a bowl of Lucky C's, and here's 8 reasons why. Hearts, stars, horseshoes, clovers, and blue moons, pots of gold and rainbows, and his red balloons. I'm talking, give me them sweet, sweet marshmallow babies, a little bit of that bran, and I am golden.
I'm going to tell you what, when you got started, Maddie, I wasn't buying what you were selling, but boy, you came with some hard facts. You talked about the shapes. You forgot about the special edition unicorn version. And that's going to cost you. That's going to cost you, sir. That's going to cost you. And I'm going to tell you what, I'm actually going to go. I'm going to look at this for the point total. Liz, I love Cookie Crisp. I do enjoy it. I like the double fisted. I do, but I do have a concern with the ripping of the roof at the top of my mouth. I am giving you 3 points. 3 points. Yeah, 3 points. It's a quick round here. Suzanne, Cinnamon Toast Crunch. I love it. It's a good pick. Maddie, Lucky Charms. I'm a little torn. Lucky Charms. You know what? I'm going to give you 5 points for that. Just 5 points. 5 points, but you're still on the plus side of life. And Suzanne, I love my son. He turned me on to the Cinnamon Toast Crunch. He holds a tough spot in my heart. Cinnamon Toast Crunch, you are getting 10 points for that one. 10 points for Cinnamon Toast Crunch. All good answers. Trust me, I will go and eat a huge baking mixing bowl full with an extra special big mixing spoon of any one of those cereals with any one of you fine people any day of the week. Good answers. I love it.
What if one of us just said like Kashi?
I got to
I almost said grape nuts. I fucking love grape nuts. I love them so much.
I've only recently started to dabble in the healthy cereals, but I'm still I've been following on the honey bunches of oats is kind of a good go-to for me. I'm enjoying that one right now in my old age.
Gateway cereal.
My wife introduced me to Cinnamon Life, and that shit is life-changing. I do enjoy Cinnamon Life. Good answers, everybody. Good stuff. I love it. On to the next question. Question number 2 of round number 2 comes from the category of no sleep till. As we know, comedy is a late night business. It is a late night thing that we do. We're out late. We're out doing shows late. Sometimes our nights don't start until 11 o'clock in the evening. But let's talk about those late nights and how long have you gone in your life without sleeping? And why did you do this? No sleep till. Maddie, start us off. Please put your feet down. You're freaking me out. Maddie, what is the longest you have gone without sleep? And why was it, sir? Keep it quick.
Easily longest I've gone without sleep was 72 hours plus. I believe somewhere sitting in around 74.
Ooh. 74.
Yes, roughly around there. I was in college. The college that I went to was sister schools with University of Michigan. So our team was playing at the big house. We weren't not gonna see that. Me and the boys hopped in the van, cruised there.
All right, I get it. All the bros got together and you partied for 74 hours at the big house. I don't know what any of those words meant. I think you went to prison that night. I get what you're laying down. 72 to 74 hours, that is a valiant effort. Hey, folks, the longest doesn't necessarily mean you're the winner of this round. Make good life choices. Moving on to our next contestant. No sleep till. Suzanne, how long have you gone and why?
64 hours and Adderall.
Well, there it is, drug
Sorry,
induced.
that's a really stand-up way to answer that, but it's like the truth. So
I love it. Hey, sometimes.
and Civilization 2 on PC. So
All right, all right. So again, that number was how many?
62-ish, I think.
62. We'll give you a 64. We'll round up to the even number beyond that. And that's drug induced. I like it. Liz, look at you. Do you get enough sleep? Are you sleeping enough nowadays? Do you ever get enough sleep? What's the
Never.
longest you've gone? What's the
So,
longest you've gone?
Honestly, I don't know if it's the longest, but it was definitely the best. And I'll say about 48 hours. The summer after college, it had been already probably a long night. It was, close to midnight. I was at a friend's house and I got a call or a text from our friends, Abby and Regina, that just said, "Do you want to go to Lake Erie?" And I said, "Sure. When?" And they said, "Right now." And we swung by the apartments, grabbed some swimsuits and some gear, and hopped in the car, drove up to Lake Erie. It was not open yet. So we killed time in various diners and restaurants until we could go and swim in the lake as soon as it opened. The beach didn't open until 6 a.m. So we went to the fishing launch and went swimming there. And it was really gross. There was a lot of seaweed and stuff that they clean out of the people beaches that they don't do for boats. So we swam through some seaweed and drove back to Pittsburgh, and it was a very long couple of days, but it was an incredibly fun time.
Those were the days, huh? Let's do this. Let's just
yeah.
go to Erie and get
now.
Get crazy in the seaweed. I mean,
Yep.
you could have spent the same amount of time traveling and went, a little bit, southeast and found yourself at the shore. But hey, your judgment right out of college, yeah, Lake Erie's
not the best.
Yeah, what are you going to do? What are you going to do? Great answers. Like I said, it doesn't, just because it's the longest doesn't mean that you get the most points. Maddie, you're out there partying with the bros hard out at at the big house, some other things that some references people might not get. For 72 hours, you, sir, get 72 points. Suzanne, 64 hours you were up. I'm going to hold you at that. 64 hours. I'm going to keep you at that point total. And Liz, 48 hours, but it was good quality 48. I'm going to multiply that by 2. You get 96 points for that question.
Right.
96 points. Good answers, everybody. I'd go on a road trip with any one of you. And Suzanne, I'd go on any type of trip with you. That sounded like you had a good trip that night. Good stuff. I love it. I love it. On to question number 3 of round number 2 as we're getting ready to bring this show in for a close. Number 3, the question comes from the category 21 bottles of beer on the wall. On June 8th this year, my son turns 21 years old. He turns 21 years old. I want to know, what was your 21st birthday celebration like? And we're going to start this off with Liz. Liz, what was that 21st birthday celebration like?
So my 21st birthday, like many Pittsburghers, did occur on the South Side. But not at a bar crawl. One of our friends from Friday Night Improvs used to insist on hosting what was called Fun Day. And when I had mentioned that it was my birthday, he sort of co-opted my birthday into his own party. And so I spent my 21st birthday watching some sci-fi show that he demanded everyone watch in a living room on the South Side. So close to bars, but not at one.
Name names. Who was this person?
His name was Paul. I don't think you know him.
Paul. I don't think Paul did things right for you that night. All right, though, but hey, it's a memory. You have it. Good or bad, I don't know. It sounds like you might have ended up on the better side of things.
Probably
Maddie,
for the best in the long run for my liver, but, way less fun.
Absolutely. Maddie, what was that 21st birthday like with the bros?
I'm sure it was casual. No, we went to this entertainment complex called, I believe, somewhere around the lines of like Worldwide 740. It was in Robinson Township. It no longer exists.
Yeah, I remember that thing.
Yeah, you could go bowling overpriced, or play video games overpriced, or drink overpriced. I did all of those things. I remember specifically the most enjoyable part of the evening came after the initial boot I was given a beverage called a Prairie Fire, which is a dash, golden tequila, and a dash of Tabasco sauce. You shoot it, it's supposed to have a nice little kick. The bartender misheard what the drink was, and put all of Tabasco sauce and a dash of golden tequila. So I took a nice hot shot of Tabasco, and it found its way onto the basketball machine and a few other areas of the facilities, and also in the drive-through of the McDonald's parking lot across the street. But I got French fries out of it and a nice ride home from my brother.
Good deal. Freddie Frances coming through for the brother Maddie. You closed down Latitude 360. You did.
That's
Latitude
what it was.
360.
Yes,
Hey,
that's exactly what it was.
Latitude 360 in Robinson Township, and then they got busted for not paying their taxes, and then one day they showed up, put chains on the front door.
Directly responsible for both. No.
Very good. More bodily fluids from Matty Frances. That's the theme for
I
him
got
tonight.
loads of stories.
Suzanne, what was that 21st birthday like?
Well, so I was in Morgantown, West Virginia, so that should tell you a lot.
I like where this is going.
Yeah, so I ended up actually at just a random house party. There was a big party happening, and we're all gonna go to that anyway. So I stopped and I got a bottle of vodka, and I stupidly wanted the best value for my money. I wanted the most vodka I could get. So I got a big plastic jug of vodka. And so I roll up at this party and everybody's playing flip cup. And I start to play and I'm like, no, this is my 21st birthday. I'm not playing with beer. I'm playing with vodka. And that is the last thing I actually remember of that night. The rest was told to me. So at one point I pierced a dude's ear. He asked me to pierce his ear. Apparently, I don't know. I borrowed a friend's car who drove a stick shift because apparently I said to her, hey, I haven't driven a stick forever. Can I just like drive it around the parking lot for a minute? And then I was gone for half an hour and brought back Taco Bell for everybody. And then as the same girl in her stick shift car was driving me home, I was in the back seat in the middle with two people beside me, and it was a 2-door. So I had to puke, and I guess there was my brain was like, oh, you're not gonna make it out a window. And so I just unzipped my purse, my tiny purse, and just puked into my purse. And then I just zipped that shit right back up.
Oh, that's
carried it into my apartment, put it on the little table in the hall.
Unbelievable. Yeah. Basically, it sounds like your 21st birthday was the hangover. You were piercing people's ears. There was probably a tiger at some point.
Like I found out things about that night for years afterward.
Oh, those are amazing stories. Amazing stories all the way around. Liz, not as exciting, but you know what? It's okay. It's a fond memory you have. You had a good time that night. It was a sci-fi adventure for you. You are getting points on this one. You are getting 30 for CP30 science fiction. I've got things. I've got that. Maddie, Latitude 360. You closed that son of a bitch down. You didn't pay your taxes that night on your booze. They lost their liquor license. That, sir, is an epic 21st birthday. Suzanne, you took Morgantown by storm. You pierced ears. You puked in the purse. Bodily fluids on both corners of the fence here for me. It's tough to where I want to go, but Maddie, 360 points for shutting down Latitude 360. I like the story. And Suzanne, I am giving you 320 points. And that is for something related to Hangover with Mike Tyson, but I can't quite remember it right now. But what a great answer from everybody. Good stuff. I love it. And that is the end of round 2. And we've got a barn burner going, and we're coming in now to our final round. It's the lightning round. The lightning round is called This or That. And the lightning round this week is sponsored by Penny Arcade Online, Arcade Comedy Theater's award-winning children's show that is taking place this weekend as part of EQT's Children's Online festival. You can go ahead 1 p.m., get your kids together, sit down and watch it as adults and drink your White Claw. Get nuts, have fun with it. Have fun with the plenty players. It is a good time. You're going to love it. Go to arcadecomedytheater.com for more details. Also, I hope people are donating to us tonight. I hope we made a few bucks. I hope that we can, buy some detergent. I don't know what we'll put the money towards something. It'll go towards bills. If I got anything to do with it, we're going to buy toilet paper, hand sanitizer, all that good stuff that we need to run the theater. So I hope we do have some money that we're raising. And again, I know right now, not everybody can give. Not everybody can, and that makes sense. What you can do is you see artists that are out there and they're putting content online, just share their stuff. Just share it, put it out there, get some people involved, get more eyes onto what these amazing, talented comedians are doing in the city of Pittsburgh and beyond. Continue to support the arts, even with a share. It's all appreciated. All right, lightning round. This is it. This is what's going to decide everything for us. It's this or that. You are going to choose from a card, and whatever card you choose, you will have to choose between this or that. You'll have 2 choices to make. Liz, we're starting with you. Let's go ahead. What number do you choose?
I'm going to choose number 2.
Card number 2 for Liz. Liz, this or that. You have to choose between A League of Their Own or your favorite Fast and the Furious movie from the entire canon.
Wow. Okay, so these are tailored questions.
You picked it randomly. I don't know what the hell you're talking about.
Oh, wow.
You're on the clock.
You're asking me to choose between family, Jason. And
Hey.
because my family is so important to me, I'm still going to choose A League of Their Own because it's a classic.
All right. League of Her Own. I like it. I'm sorry to put you in that position.
Hurting,
Oh
Jason.
my goodness. Suzanne, random choice, 1 or 3. You'll never know what questions you'll get.
I'm gonna go number 1.
It's a good choice. It's a good choice. Suzanne, choose Faye or Poehler. Tina Fey or Amy Poehler.
Tina Fey.
Tina
Tina
Fey.
Fey. I have no reason for saying that other than I don't know. Tina Fey.
Okay, that's fine. That's fine. I like it. Little curveball. Didn't see that coming. Maddie, number 3. It's your
Hit me with
choice. Here we go. Nice and quick. Choose this or that. Steelers or Penguins?
Blurs.
What?
Stolers.
You're going Steelers?
Goddess.
All right, going Steelers. All right, that's it. That's it for this or that. See, not that painful. Good choices, randomly selected for you. I don't know. You got the Steelers and you got Tina Fey. You know what? I got to give a lot of respect to go against the family. That's an amazing thing to do there. And go with A League of Their Own. The Steelers. I don't know, Maddie. I don't know. That's I might be a little torn there for you. And I don't think you can go wrong either choice you made there. I'm going ahead and I'm sending these points right now into our home office of Walla Walla, Washington. I'm not answering who got the points on that last round. I'll wait for the bigwigs up at the home office to send me a quick text to let me know when they calculate all of our points. Folks, this was an amazing time as we wait for them to get me back. There's the answers. There it is. That quick. They're not playing around. They got nothing better to do in Walla Walla. It's amazing up there. It's beautiful this time of year. And here we go. Liz coming in with 622,000 points. There's an aggregate that happens. There's definitely a formula that they know it. I don't. So don't look at the host. I'm just doing my thing. All right. So 622,000 points. Nice and even for you. Matty Frances. Good showing, my friend. Very good showing. I didn't think you'd do this well. I'm sorry I doubted you. 556 1,000 points. It was a good run for you. I enjoyed what you did for us tonight. And then Suzanne, this is just coming in any random order. It's not necessarily that you're the winner, but you are the winner. You win with
Sorry, it's okay, bud.
724,000 points.
What? I just scared the shit out of my dog.
That's it.
He's so scared right now.
When you win a prize like this, it's unbelievable. You have been crowned the week 1 quarantine quiz arcade comedy theater champion. Had a lot of fun hanging out with you all today. Hey, listen, if you had fun, I'd like to keep doing this, but you know who holds the key to this? Mike Rubino. Mike Rubino, he's the programming director of the Arcade Comedy Theater. He does an amazing job. He said, Jason, I'm giving you one chance. We'll see how it goes. And maybe you'll come back next week, Wednesday, 8 o'clock, same time. But if
So his cell phone number is, okay.
Actually, please tweet Mike Rubino at Mike T. Rubino and tell Mike Rubino that you want more quarantine quiz show. I'll be right back here next week, hopefully with 3 more comedians and maybe some special guests to come in. You all were wonderful doing this. I had such a good time hanging out with you. That's it, folks. Any last things you'd like to share before we take off?
I mean, I bet a high number of donations would also make us come back again. Is that right, Jason?
I mean, money talks.
Money
okay?
talks.
Money talks. And I will tell you that I have got some I got some messages here. Listen, it's a live show. I'm shooting from the hip. I know I said CP30. It's C3PO. But I had to give her 30 goddamn points. And it just happened to be your husband texting me, Suzanne. Tell him to get his,
be the same thing.
yeah, tell him to get his shit
I'm like,
together.
I'm busy.
That's it. You're busy. Take care of your kid, Aaron. All right, everybody. Thank you for joining me. This was a lot of fun. I hope to see you all again. And I can't wait to laugh with you all again here together at the Arcade Comedy Theater. And it'll be soon enough. Thank you all for joining us. Have a safe night. Be safe. Take care of each other. Wear your mask. Love you.